Hello, my friends. I am being very naughty here, and I'm just going to do something to my blends. Just making sure that I am live. Yes, I am, and I'm in the right group. Okay, very spontaneous, and I thought I'm going to do this, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. It's no secret, the blends nibs, if you're using the brush markers, they are dreadful. I'm just going to say it. We all know it. I'm not telling any secrets that we don't know, but I have been starting to replace nibs that are like that when I know that there's a lot of ink left in my barrel. Let me just show you. I'm just going to grab a couple that I know that I have done. And I'm going to show you which ones I've got down here because I've been trying out different nibs. I don't know how long these are going to last for. I haven't gone that far, but they're probably going to last longer than our Stampin' Up! Nibs. So if you happen to be stumbling upon me, say hello. If not, catch the replay. Okay, so the first one I tried was the Copic Super Brush. Okay, and this is them. Now these ones, I'm just going to grab one out. I did ruin one trying to get it in. So that's what these ones look like. So there you can see that there is a bit of a raised edge there. They go in that way. And now I did find that because of that little raised edge there, it didn't quite go in. Well, it went in, but it didn't go in all the way. And my cap, I couldn't get the lid on. So that's what it looks like there. So what my son did, he got his Dremel out, and I'll show you when I do my yellow one, is he actually Dremeled the inside of the barrel ever so slightly, because if you take out too much, of course your nib won't fit, but I was able to get my cap on. Okay, so that one was just too long for that. Then I have tried the Ohuhu? Is that how you pronounce it? These are a cheap version. These are the knockoff version of the Copics. And these are a double-sided nib. So I'll grab one of these out. And these ones are a pack of 8. The Super Brush ones were the cheapest I found. These were the next cheapest. So these are double-end ones. So apparently you can actually pull them out, turn them around, and then reuse the other one. So you're sort of getting a double-sided one. You get 8 in a pack for that, 3 in a pack for the Copics, and you also get a pair of tweezers. It'd be really handy if they sold these without the tweezers as well, just the nibs. Because, I mean, how many pairs of tweezers can you have? So, and they come in this cute little plastic container. I mean, they could do away with all of that and make it actually even cheaper. So, and I think that this is one of the Ohuhu nibs. It did come out, and I'll show you like a bit of flicking a bit later on. It did come out fairly stiff. It did feel fairly hard, but the more that the ink soaked down into it, it sort of loosened up a little bit. And this one is also an Ohuhu one. So we'll have a little bit of a play with that. I think I've got some scrap card near me. I'll have to grab some. And then I also did, what colour did I do that one? I think it was my Cherry Cobbler. Let me just get that one out. All right, Cherry Cobbler, this one here was the classic Copic Classic brush. So these ones have got the metal around them, and the Ohuhu slipped straight in, and even though it's slightly bigger and like diameter, and this one slipped straight in as well. So these ones are the classic brush with the little metal rim. You just take the metal rim off, and that's what this one here looks like. So I will give you a little bit of a flicking demonstration. Let me just grab some scrap card. See all these little pieces of scrap card that we end up keeping? They're handy for this sort of stuff. I do lots of swatching. So this is the big Super Brush. So if you do want to use it, so you can do really nice thick broad strokes, and you can also come up on the tip and do your really fine ones. So that's the Super Brush. These ones are the Ohuhu. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So again, you can get a nice thick broad one, and you can come up on the tip of them. Not as fine, but that may be just me putting pressure down. So you can come up on the tip for those ones. And then this one is the classic brush. And again, nice thick broad strokes and up on the tip, and you can do fine strokes with them. I'll just bring them up. So they're all pretty similar with broad and thick strokes and thin strokes. It's just the feel, like some of them feel quite soft, but honestly, if I put that much pressure on my Stampin' Blends nibs, well, you know, well, you can see what happens. And it's no secret, we all know it. It's something that we all struggle with. So I am going to replace my Daffodil Delight, and all we have to do, and these are other ones that I've taken out. It will come out really soft, and then it will feel really hard when it dries. So all we have to do is grab it and pull it out. Okay, so that's the length of it. So I'll just pop that aside, and then which one shall I use? I'll use the Ohuhu ones. I've probably got another one I can replace and show you with the other one. And then, but because this one is a thicker one, I wanted to show you with this one. So then you just pop that in, and I just sort of twist it down and push it in. Okay. Make sure that the cap is going to go on. That's fine. And then all I do is sit it upside, like stand it on its head for, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. I'll come back and show you that. Perhaps should have done that first and then showed you everything else, right? So that you can do that. Now, I want to show you something else. Sorry, I'm being really naughty here, but you know, whatever. We know that our lights tend to go drier quicker than our darks. Just happens. So if you are waiting to order and this one is getting quite dry for me, so I am going to, it's not a soul, it's not gonna fix it, but it will get me through until I can order a new one. And so what I'm going to do is pull that out. Okay, so this is my bullet tip. I'm not going to pull out my brush tip because I won't get it back in again. And I've got some alcohol blending solution. Do not use isopropyl alcohol, okay? It is not isopropyl alcohol that is in your markers. It is more, it's got other ingredients in it as well. So all I'm going to do is just pop a couple of drips, and not a huge amount, just 2 or 3. Wait for you to go down. All right, and then I'm going to grab this back with my tweezers and pop you straight back in, and you fit in beautifully. And that's just going to wet my barrel a little bit, the little core that's inside it. And it's not a fix, and it's just going to get me through until I can order a new one. And the other thing is, the more you put of that alcohol solution into it, it will actually lighten your blend as well, okay? So don't go doing it all the time. It's just a quick fix to get me through until I can get a new one. Now, I wanted to show you, because this is what's been happening to me. Oh, now it doesn't do it. I was going to show you, that's what's been happening to my blend, this one. So this is the core that is inside, in case you've never seen one. That's your core full of your ink inside it. So what that's just doing is seeping in there and wetting, just re-moistening that a little bit. And yeah, so, and it will lighten though. So the other thing you need to know is that when you are replacing the nibs, is that that nib needs to be able to go into the barrel, obviously. So yeah, that's causing me a bit of a pain, that one. All right, get you clicked in. All right, so now you can see all the ins and outs of the blends. Let's check this one, see what's happening with it. Not a lot at the moment, so I'm just going to sit it upside down for a little bit longer. You know what, you could also, let me just pull this out. I see now you can see it coming down. Can you see it coming down? So it takes probably, you know, 5 to 10 minutes to come down. It's starting to seep its way down now. Now the other question that you may have is, what do I do with this marker now that I've changed the nib in it? What am I going to do with it when when it runs dry and I need to buy a new one, I am going to keep this marker, all my other markers that I've replaced the nibs with, because I can tell you now they're going to last a whole lot longer than the Stampin' Up! Ones. And I am going to keep this in a safe place, and then when my new marker gets a daggy nib, I will take this one out and put it in the other one, because I know that these will last a whole lot longer. There you go. So it doesn't take too long to come down. Once it's all nice and saturated, it will get a bit softer. And then I can keep using it. I haven't done a longevity test yet, but I think I'm probably going to get longer out of them than these. Okay, so I will put links up to where I purchased all of these ones. I would probably, unless you're quite happy to Dremel out the inside of your barrel a little bit, I must try these again actually. I just want to show you a little bit of a comparison between, because I think it was just the length of the nib. Let me get you out. So, because the Super Brush is the cheapest out of all of them. So, there's no reason really that should not fit. So, I might have another play with it. I can already feel the soft, like that this is softer, because that middle piece in there actually feels like it's the same diameter. But my son has got these new measuring tools, and he'll be able to measure the diameters of them for me to see. So, I might even try popping another one of those Super Brushes back in, because they are the cheapest. But I do have links to my Amazon store. They have been cleared by compliance. I am allowed to give the links, so I will provide them, and you can go and perhaps get a little bit more life out of your. I don't always use the brush tip on my marker when I'm colouring, but when you've got bigger open spaces like this area here and this area here, that area, baubles, stuff like that, bigger images, you really do need to use the brush tip. You can't use the bullet tip for areas like that. There we go. Look at that. It's getting there. It's getting there. Where's my? And there we go. So just leave it for a few more minutes. It'll start flooding down a little bit more. It'll soften up that brush tip a little bit more, and away we go. So there we have it. I'll leave it like that. So anyway, it's an option for prolonging the life of your blend nibs. Okay, so hopefully I won't get in trouble for doing this. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.